Well, you expect pandemonium in South America, as Phil Meissen indicated in our opening. Anything can happen here. There is going to be a moment's silence at the beginning here, which is for those fans who died recently in the wake of a notable football victory in the country. But it is really sad that such a joyous occasion should be marred by such tragedy afterwards. There were 10 people killed and 100 people injured in the aftermath of Colo-Colo's success, but now the referee has indicated that the Copa America can get underway, and I'll pose that question to you again, Don. Chile, by the way, are playing in the red shirts and the blue shorts. Venezuela all in white, and that looks as though it might well be the first free kick awarded in about 2 seconds. Paraguay twice and Bolivia once. But Chile, Venezuela, Colombia and Ecuador all here searching for their first ever Copa America. And once more it's Chile on the attack. The ball laid forward and inside that area, plenty of bodies in here, and this could be the first one. It's trickled an inch or two wide of that right-hand upright. Tremendously well. They play as a unit, and it's Venezuela on the breakout with Jaimes. He's got support on his right from Marcano. Solidly laid through the middle, and a good run as well. Some excellent counter-attacking here from Venezuela. Could they have the first strike on goal? And the ball is tipped back to Toledo. But that showed the enterprise of Venezuela. They have another player called Basay de Chile, who's not in the lineup tonight, and he hits it well too. It's a different ploy, however. It hasn't quite worked out as yet, but it's laid back in. Chances here, and a fine save by Frasiana from the header from Zamorano, but unable to find a way through, and a little bit wary at the moment of whenever Venezuela break. They look quite menacing. Funnily enough, Venezuela's attack wasn't too bad 2 years ago. They scored 4 goals, but they let in an awful lot. They might let in one here now. There's the chance. Fine stop. What an excellent save it was. And Frasiani dives gratefully on the ball.
A midfield player comes in and the keeper comes out and charges it down. It was a good save. And also, they've got about 3 or 4 players back on the goal line anyway.
It was from Espinosa. He's made another fine stop too. So Frasiani immediately covering himself in glory. He's not a young goalkeeper, this one, Don. He's Portuguese, another making his international debut. So the 2 bookings, Cavallo and Jimenez, both on the Venezuela side, and both players making their debut. Corner kick for Chile then, driven in, near post, plan move, goal for Chile. The first goal of the Copa America has been scored for Chile by Vilches.
Well, a near post one again, John. You know, a typical kind of first division goal, English goal. Flick on the near post. The last time they did it, they gave us a right foot and hooked it into the goal on the volley. It was a super goal. Not an easy skill, that.
And now they come again. They swarm around the Venezuelan penalty area, and the ball breaks out here to Mendoza. Mendoza has figured in some good build-ups in the last few minutes, and here's another good one, a second chance, and this time the shot flies over the crossbar by Espinosa. And a second goal would be crushing to the morale of Venezuela. Here it comes, flicked on, it's in the net again, it's a second goal. Rubio this time, and Venezuela wide open. But Rubio, I think he's celebrating prematurely. I think he's been cancelled out here from the look of it, and from the whistling around. Rubio there, he looked in an offside position, it must be said.
Well, he came late though.
1-0. They've had one disallowed, and they're on the attack again here with Rubio. Well cut out this time. And I really think it was a vital moment in the match, that when Rubio's goal was disallowed. However, they might get a second one here. Lovely skill, beautifully done, a super goal, Zamorano. That's a really classical goal. A move to tear the opposition apart. The flags are flying here. The 1962 World Cup Finals, which, Don, you were a member of the England squad on that occasion, although you didn't actually play it.
No, I was in the squad, John, and Jimmy Arfield was the right back in those days, and we did quite well. We got knocked out with the team that, well, they didn't win it in the end.
With that one. The goalkeeper who's just won his Spurs recently found his way into the Venezuelan first team. Again, the ball given away. And surely there must be chances of a third goal this time. It's from the angle, and he can't beat it. But once more disappointment for Rubio. To choose from. Arturo Salah. They look for a different option. Rubio tries to give them it. Now seeking to get the ball on the right foot, threaded through. Here's the chance. Oh, good stop once more from Fraziano. And back for this goalkeeper, it might be Zamorano tackling for the ball, trying to win it twice, and successfully on both occasions. That's a bit of uncharacteristically weak defending from Chile, and he's just opened them up, and the goalkeeper Toledo has to make the save at the end of it, and that really showed that even the side of Venice and Rubio, they all figured in that game at Wembley. And it's Chile's corner. They've scored from one corner already. Here's the shot. Well driven into. Fine effort from Espinosa.
They've got a nice variety on the corners.
The little 1-2 does not work. And Chile come down the right, and they'll seek to make quick inroads, while Venezuela have got a lot of players funneling back. Oh, and it's a good run, this. Oh, and it would have been a super goal. But down goes Fraziano once more to make the save.
I mean, when you try and think back, how many throw-ins have you seen? And because they can't get the sub on the game needs stopping to get the sub on them, and normally we give a throw-in out in our football.
Either that or a free kick.
Yeah.
It just has been nothing, has it? Here's a goal chance. Super save. Zamorano really rose to that, and I believe he thought he was a goal scorer for the second time in the king of the substitute.
Well, he wanted to put the early cross in, John. I've got to say that. I think he realised the players coming from the back. But at the same time, he could have gone close to the byline. And perhaps...
Oh, here's the chance. It's just nicked across the face of the goal.
There's no positions in the box.
Yet I'm sure it's not that they've settled for 2-0, because they want more than that. They want a more emphatic victory. They look to get it here. Laid off once more. Oh, and this must surely be the third. What a miss. What a desperately bad miss that is by Rubio. Well, 9 out of 10 you'd have backed him.
Everybody have been quite satisfied. Back to the hotel, everybody having a nice little drink.
They're on their way to the next one. Yeah. Very, very happy indeed.
He's got a spread for another 5 minutes.
Here's a chance. Oh, side netting. Nice little sharp build-up down. They've had some good variety on the free kicks. What can they do with this one? They've got plenty of men in there. Here's the chance, and a man gets in the way. A blocking tackle made.
Yeah, it was a good block by the 4.
Many of the Chilean crowd would have been hoping for more than a 2-goal success. It's 2-0 at the moment. That was an unfortunate ricochet, but they've still come away with the ball. Marcano again. First time we've seen a little bit of Latin temperament there, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
the two sides haven't been too bad tonight.
I mean, I think there's been 5 bookings, but you wouldn't say that it's been a dirty game, or that there's been tackles that you'd say, well, you know, in generally speaking, where people have put their foot in, the ball's been moved, and
I think we've got a red card here, though, and I think it's because of a second bookable
early,
offence.
and he could see the centre forward come to the near post, but the goalkeeper read it as well.
And that is it, and Chile have beaten Venezuela. They register the first points, the first goals of the South American Championships. They've won by 2 goals
both
to 0.
Those players are attackers. Well, as you can probably see, it's been lashing down here in Concepcion for most of the day. There's some water lying on the pitch in the centre of midfield, but it's Chile in the red jerseys playing from left to right in the first half in possession. Remember, Chile have never won this competition. There's Mendoza, easy to spot him with that long mane of hair. Este. That's a fine through ball. Zamorano! He had a quite extraordinary chance there. Contreras. Rubio, neat-looking cross. The goalkeeper's flapped at that one. Peru in the white, in possession. But they soon lose it. Garrido mops up. Probably an ideal term to use tonight. Here's Zamorano. That's the first goal of the game to Chile. It's Rubio who got the important strike. And they're celebrating in the rain in Concepcion. Meanwhile, Peru are appealing for offside in a race with Zamorano. And maybe it all came from that initial mistake by the Peruvian defender.
Well, that's what I say. I mean, if you get the balls in the box.
These are really uncertain times now for the Peruvian side as Chile try to exert some pressure. Zamorano almost got the flick on the near post, and Peru seems to have diminished.
Yes.
They look very lively for the opening 10 minutes. But it's Chile in the ascendancy at the moment as Este sweeps that ball wide, looking for Zamorano. That was a brave save by Purizaga.
I don't think they're super tacklers anyway, a lot of the South American players. I think that when they get people running them, they're vulnerable. There's a run to note.
And Zamorano's header over the top. Interesting that they're using Zamorano. He really has been the one of the stars of the Copa América so far. Early days yet, of course. And if you just tuned in, Chile in the red are leading Peru by 1-0. Well, that's a fine save by the Chilean goalkeeper Toledo.
And if it was covered, it's absolutely drenched.
And for once, the Chilean defence is exposed down their left-hand side. Martin Rodriguez pulled back inside. La Rosa! Oh, he's pulled it wide. Contreras with the corner then for Chile. Driven in low across this wet surface. Oh, that wasn't too far away. The next World Cup. It really would be a shame if we were to be denied seeing Chile try qualify for those championships in America. Vilches knocks it in. Zamorano looking for Rubio. Este. Contreras, number 8. Contreras.
Good shot, nice move. Had to play square across as though he's going to penetrate.
Either way, the Peruvians have the free kick. La Rosa. Del Solar. Bit of a rugby scrum in there. The World Cup in '82 as well, but they usually do best with a Brazilian coach at the helm. In 1970 they had Didi running team affairs. A break off here because Rubio has a chance to squirt one in on goal again. And Purizaga. Paraguez. La Rosa leaves it to Yanez of Peru. Looking for Bravo, threaded through well. Hirano is in the middle. Oh, and the goalkeeper with a most unusual clearance saves the day for Chile.
Well, I think he thought that the 6-yard box gets a foot to it, and he flops it up to the back post.
Yanez with the corner, flicked on, away by Garrido, the sweeper. Rodriguez, surely an offside. The referee waves play on, and in the end, Toledo saves Chile. What a crazy end to the first half. Again, Rodriguez forcing his way forward, and Toledo with another splendid stop.
Oh, well, I mean, they're getting themselves in a mess at the back. They're coming out, and they're not coming out together.
But it's Peru who will get this second period underway. They last won the Copa in '75. The squad have been together a couple of months now. But as Don Howe was just saying during the half-time interval, just started the second half of Chile against Peru. Peru in possession, a goal behind. Clever little pass here. Yanez. Ooh, that could have been very, very dangerous indeed.
He had an easy pass out there to the right wing. Don't know why he didn't see it.
There's a good stop there by Vilches, which sets up another Chilean raid. And here's Zamorano, took it well in his path. He's round the goalkeeper, surely tripped by the goalkeeper, and And indeed, Zamorano wins a penalty for Chile. And a penalty to Chile. They lead by a goal to nil, and a chance to make it 2-0 from the spot. And they convert that chance in the rain in Concepcion.
Well, it was just even Venezuela in the first game. They got it. They could have scored before Chile scored in that game.
And here come Peru again. Slid through to Hirano. Really was straight at the goalkeeper. Needed two problems in the right and left back positions. They haven't really got international fullbacks, and that's why a team is always likely to attack them down the flanks.
Yeah, and get the extra man over at the back.
And they're through again here. Hirano, again the goalkeeper made a brave save. That one's in though. Peru have scored. Hirano with the initial breakthrough. And it looks like Maestri who's forced it home to make the scoreline. Chile 1, or Chile 2 rather, Peru 1. There's the goal scorer, Maestri. Really was a carefully weighed chip into an unguarded net. Good skills here by Yanez, who missed the first game of the Copa through suspension. How about that for a save? It's gone in anyway. Zamorano, I suspect, has got it again. And Zamorano makes it 3-1.
Well, it was a super run to the near post and a nice cross. And the power of the header took it in.
And they look to be heading for a second successive defeat. It looks like it's going to be the same as in 8-2-9 in Brazil, when they lost their opening match to Paraguay and then failed to win a match in their remaining games. As Yanez forces his way forward again for Chile. Zamorano! Confirmation of the score. Chile 3, Peru 1. Bravo with the cross. Olivares, he can strike them. And head them. La Rosa. Hirano. Maestri. Oh, they've come back into it again. Well, it's a fixture and a contest which just refuses to die.
Well, they're so unprofessional, the Chileans. I mean, they're a good side.
José del Solar, descuenta para Perú.
So, Chile 3, Peru 2. Oh, there's an opening here. Could this be 3 each? And Toledo getting himself in a real mess.
Well, Toledo there, they must be thinking, we can get something out of this. At least we can get a draw. I mean, the Chilean coach, he must be going, what the hell's going on? We're 3-1 up. What the hell are we doing? Committing suicide?
Yanez. I still think this game has got perhaps one more goal left in it. Yanez. Great skills. Oh, it's there! Zamorano! Oh, what a finish! And that combination of Yanez and Zamorano pays dividends again. His third goal of the competition, his third header, and now it's Chile 4, Peru 2.
Leave holes behind them. And I think that's where a lot of the goals have come.
Well, the conditions won't have helped that either, will they?
No, I think the conditions obviously are very sapping. I mean, but it'll take them a few days to get over this match.
And here's Zamorano again, looking for his hat-trick. Denied by Purizaga.
English players. As you know, they didn't have a great amount of English players, but he picked as many Liverpool players who were English to try and get that same kind of way of selecting a national team and try and get this club and team understanding.
There certainly is a cohesion about the Chilean side, and here's Olivares looking for a consolation goal that would have made it 4-3, and Hirano. La Rosa looking for that one, but Este will hack it clear. Anywhere will do now. And it's all over. Chile have scored 4 goals to Peru's 2 in a most entertaining game. Quick comment, Don.
Yeah, well, I just think that Chile have been rewarded for the way they play the game. It's very adventurous. They throw a lot of people forward. They do leave holes behind them
too. Picking up loose balls, running up the defence, playing off Caniggia, playing off Batistuta, and I mean, people say he's going to be as good as Maradona.
Well, regular viewers on Argentina football here on Screen Sports this last season will have seen some exciting football played, certainly better than the previous season. You know, sides like Newell's Old Boys and Boca Juniors played some highly entertaining football this season, and certainly he, Latorre, was one of the finds, and Batistuta was the other one of the season. We're underway then here in Santiago, Chile against Argentina. Argentina in the blue and white stripes, Chile red shirts, blue shorts. Cracking atmosphere, and this is the goal.
Goicoechea, the goalkeeper. But I think they had to re-examine their football after the World Cup. I mean, the criticism after the World Cup was huge.
What a lovely little slip pass that one was, and it almost opened up the Argentine defence. The crossing not good though, directed straight at Goicoechea. He was able to come from his line and gather. So a relative novice at this level, but a useful looking one. Oh, sliced off the boot there. It could have fallen more handily than it did for Chile. Kept in play. Man on the overlap up the right, and that might create a bit of space for Mendoza. Chances here if he lays a good ball in. Good control. Oh, is there a push here? They look for the referee. He shakes his head. No penalty given. There's the little back heel. This time it's not good, however. And it's picked up for Argentina, but I think that Simeone's going to lose it. Gives Chile the chance to come once more. The ball threaded through. They build up nicely again here with Contreras twice involved. He might get the shot in. Contreras over the top. But again, he was featured heavily in that build-up. Good goal kick, that one from Goicoechea. Picked out his man. That man was Franco. Oh, that's beautiful skill from Caniggia. This is what he does so well, running at defenders. Caniggia wasn't a bad shot either. It looked as though it was going to be on the mark. Now it appeals there as continue the possession football being played by Argentina here. But they're certainly a more purposeful looking side than they were throughout the World Cup finals last year. Although they reached the final, they didn't really please anybody with their style then. But I think this is quite a pleasing Argentine side.
I agree, John. I'll tell you why in a minute.
Caniggia, Batistuta, good left-footed effort as well. Well dived on by Toledo, the goalkeeper, who generally gets his angles right at Wembley. Argentina still coming forward with Caniggia now. Oh, seems to go past so many men, and now he turns and he seems to win more free kicks than anybody else on the park. But he seems to me to only go one way off, and that's an interesting situation developing, and Caniggia coming through. Well, he started it all. Only a couple of yards inside his own half, and he nearly got on the end of it all too against Bolivia. And who knows about Uruguay? Well, here it's very much Chile and Argentina, and this is Argentina's Caniggia, and he's got pace as well, and well, that time he might have released the ball to his left rather than trying to do it all by himself. Corner. So the fans who've made the journey from Buenos Aires, quite a few of them, are hopeful now. Latorre swings it in, and well, he gets down to Toledo well, because he can't have had much time to see that.
That's right, he did very well.
That was Cravioto who gave away the free kick, and he might well have been booked early in this game, but he's not holding back on any of his tackles. Argentina players rarely do. Pizarro, we've not seen much of him as yet in this game. Shot straight, but straight at However, the referee voted in favour of the Argentine defender. So Estrada brings it out. He's another new name, Estrada, on the international scene. He's made a mistake here as well, and this could open them up for Zamorana's shot. Down on his knees goes Goicoechea. Zamorana can't beat him to add to the 3 goals. He's already 11 players that finished the first. They've already made one substitution. Nelson Paraguez was an early casualty, and he was replaced by Miguel Ramirez. It was Latorre indeed who went off, so we got that right. The new man on is Rodriguez. So we've had a Ramirez and a Rodriguez on, who can roll the R's in the second half then.
That's right, John. I mean, I've got to say this, Latorre never got in the game in the first half. Now, I don't know whether they've taken off because he has got toothache, or whether he was having a poor game.
To goal. No free kick given. That's what he was looking for, and he was looking to get inside the penalty area, of course. Chile come, and Chile about to make a second substitution. And I would have thought that Yanez might well be the man that they would look to.
He might be just the fellow to prize open the Argentinian defence.
Header coming in.
Balling as he was dribbling. He's looking to fall as soon as he gets the ball. And the referees are, I mean, they're not silly, are they? I mean, they know what it's all about. They've seen him play before.
This is well done. Beautifully played. Oh, excellent work here for Chile. Can he set him up? Oh, dear, that really would have been a marvellous individual goal. It was a great effort from Rubio. He went past two defenders there. They were... Well, there may be no goals, but we've had 4 bookings. That's about a normal count for this sort of occasion, I would have thought, as the ball is laid forward by Batistuta. A number of options here for Argentina. This is a great chance. Oh, the ball in, and it's kept out. It looked to me as though Cravioto was going to have a shot. Chile have their chance here, but it's still 0-0, and Argentina giving as good as they're getting, and they're in possession now. It might just take one mistake in this match, or one flash of individual brilliance from someone to win the points. It's Chile on the attack. Edge of the Argentine penalty area. Shot coming in wide of the mark. Goicoechea not satisfied. That's why we're saying here the general feeling is that 1 goal for either side could well be enough on this evening. Chile come and try and break with Pizarro. The ball, however, intercepted. Caniggia goes forward, looks for the return. Shot driven in over the crossbar from Batistuta. And there's another one. Still 0-0. Chile 0, Argentina 0. The key game in Group A. Certainly for them, good dribbling skills once more here. The ball laid out wide for Yanez. Inside the area, good work from Yanez. Is this going to be the moment? Pizarro miskicks completely. He seemed to take his eye off the ball, and yes, as he says, he knows that. And that is disappointing.
They've been very disappointing up from the Argentinians, John. I mean, Caniggia hasn't done much.
Here's Yanez. Again, he cuts the ball back inside that area. Zamorano tries to lay it back as well. Here's another shooting chance, and this time it's on Pizarro's right foot again. And it's gone wide. Argentina trying to camp outside the Chilean penalty area. Getting bodies forward, and that's useful because it's played into a bit of space this time. For Caniggia, ball laid in, Batistuta, glancing header, it sort of skimmed off the top of his locks. 4 men inside the penalty area, there are 3 hanging around just outside it. Pizarro's had a couple of shots in the last few minutes. The referee's still trying to get things organised. And, well, he tried to catch Goicoechea out there. That might not have looked very clever, but in fact, Margas swings the right boot rather hopefully, and the Argentine defence will cope with that sort of pass all night. Now they look to cope against Caniggia. He's got the blistering pace, he's got the skills. There's a good run. He might have kept his head down. He's given Batistuta the chance, and an excellent stop by Toledo. That, for me, is the moment of the match. One of those occasions where they've probably thought they've worked it out. Well, if we get a point apiece from this one, we can blot out Paraguay between us, but it's a very dangerous game to play. However, here's a chance, and that's good work from Batistuta. He scored! Argentina get their goal, and it was beautifully taken. It really was an excellent goal. We've just been saying that Argentina haven't really shown the appetite to score goals. Looking a bit dark for Chile now. They're a goal down, with only 5 minutes, less than that in fact. Contreras' corner. Here he is again, on the left foot this time, and all the shooting chances are falling to the Chilean captain. Pizarro's their record in being unbeaten against Chile in the Copa América. Here's the header across goal, and so close.
Well, he's got one in there at the near post at last, John.
We have moved in to time added on for injuries. The referee has already glanced at that watch of his, as Garrido must hit it long. And he must hope, but the referee's arm is raised, and Chile, the host country, have lost out again to Argentina, the country that seems to have the eye over them, the Indian eye, and I think Argentina maybe a little fortunate, but look how delighted they are.
Well, you know, they've won the game, John, and really that's what...
all week to a real cap tie. Quite simply, Chile in the red. The host country must beat Paraguay in the national stadium to progress in this tournament. A point would be enough to see Paraguay through, but don't expect the locals to be too pleased with that outcome. Chile keep faith more or less with the side who served them in the 3 previous games. Contreras, though, is replaced in midfield by Miguel Ramirez, and Paraguay drops out too. Paraguay make 3 changes to the side beaten 4-1 by Argentina in Concepcion. Jaque, Cristaldo and Peralta all dropped. Struwe, Zabala and Barrios all in the side.
Sure against them. They suffer with pace up the back. If somebody goes at them, they struggle.
Here's the man Yanez. He's got tons of pace, number 7. Finds Este, who'll run things in midfield for Chile, and Chile, who've never won the Copa América, pouring forward now, looking to put some early pressure on Paraguay. Rubio tries to steer it across the face of goal, doesn't quite happen that way. Great deal of expectation inside this stadium. They came in to watch the last game between Peru and Argentina. They've been pouring into this stadium. Here's Rubio trying to get on the back pass from Suarez. Suarez is playing in the left back berth. He normally plays on the right. I understand you've got 1 or 2 problems with the pictures from Santiago. We apologise for that. We'll try and get it right as soon as we can.
If any of the players get out of order, they should be able to deal with it.
I'd like to be in his shoes, though, if a Chilean goes down in the Paraguayan penalty area. He doesn't give the spot kick. He won't be a popular man. Garrido just quite couldn't get that in the first attempt and took it away from Gonzalez in the first
20 minutes. Yes, if we can get an early goal, fine. But let's be patient and let's play and let's keep doing the things that we believe in.
Zamorano, Rubio, it's the first goal for Chile, and the stadium here in Santiago erupts because Rubio has given them a priceless lead. Chile 1, Paraguay 0. There's real overtures in this game of the Libertadores Cup final between Coca-Cola and Olimpia. Many of these players played in that final. How about that for a fiercely struck shot by the left-back Margas?
If he gets inside on his right foot, he can do that. I mean, that's where his good foot is, his right foot. And obviously he's got power in that right foot.
Pizarro. He's done well to get into the dead ball line here. Can he pull it back? He can. 2-0. Zamorano. He's done it again. His 4th goal of the competition. Set up by his captain, Pizarro. His 3 previous goals of...
with Lucas-A.
So, Este. Guiland breaks it all up in midfield. Surely an offside flag. Oh, what a splendid save by Toledo. Arguably the best save of the competition so far.
He's an outstanding goalkeeper, Gary. I mean, I think the player who's having a super game for the Chileans is Este. Gary, everything seems to be coming from him. He's playing right half and he's playing balls into the front players all the time.
Mendoza trying to get back to take the ball off Suarez, and he does just that, then gives it back to Suarez. Este, your favourite player so far, Yanez! That could have been the goal of the competition, couldn't it? We've seen the save of the competition.
And sometimes that in itself decides the defender's mind on where they can play the ball.
Monzon. Gonzalez. Este breaks it all down before Miguel Ramirez, the Colo-Colo player, is booked, or rather is fouled, and there's a sending off here because Gonzalez, with his 2nd bookable offence, is sent off.
It goes from bad to worse for Paraguay. And he takes a wild hack at Ramirez there.
That was a silly thing to do, considering he's already been booked. He's in control of the ball. There's two defenders come and try and take it off him. All he's got to do is keep his head, but they take it away from him.
Here's Pizarro, the captain of Chile. That's a splendid ball by Rubio. Yanez was racing onto this free kick. With 9 minutes to go to half-time, and Chile lead Paraguay by 2 goals to 0. Yanez lining himself up. Rubio chips it in, looking for Yanez again. Pulls it back across the face of goal. Oh, it would have been so delicious. Already went wrong for Paraguay in the opening 20 minutes with that, when they conceded those 2 goals and had that sending off as well. What happens when your game plan disappears after 20 minutes, Don? How?
Well, obviously, I mean, the Paraguayans know exactly what they've got to do. Unless they pull this game around, they go home. So they know exactly where they stand. For Chile, what they've got to do is they've got to keep finding the extra man by playing it simple and early to each other.
And that's exactly what they did in the first half. Their football flowed. The crowd were enthusiastic and enthralled. And Garrido. Este, those two have worked so well together in this game. Zamorano pushed very wide for Mendoza. Este tested Chilevet on the near post. Really a goalkeeper of Chilevet's class. The man who's given that Chilean attack some sparkle over the past couple of games. Guillen gives it away to Mendoza, very disappointingly. Rubio slides it in, looking for Mendoza, and it's sat up nicely for Chilevet. Sanabria. Este. And the well-oiled Chile machine is beginning to purr again. They appeal for a penalty now after Yanez was hauled over. And they've won the spot kick as well.
I'm not surprised, Gary. I mean, the defender which side, Gary, which side?
I'll go for left.
Goalkeeper's right, I think.
Here's Pizarro. And he saved the spot kick. A very, very weak penalty kick indeed by the captain, who laid on a goal for Chile in the first half.
The split wall.
Inevitably, Guillen standing over it. Nefa got hold of it as well. He wasn't too far away from pulling Paraguay back. Paraguay have already lost 1 player. Nefa. Guillen. Monzon. And Garrido has possession for Chile. It's almost as if all Chile's good play in the opening 12 minutes of the second half culminated in the penalty, and they've just gone off the boil a little bit, and now here they come again. Yanez with that lovely deep cross. Este, oh, what a goal! What a volley by Este! They're right back on the boil now. Chile 3, Paraguay 0, and Chile teasing the Paraguayan defence. Oh, here's Nefa. Well, Toledo with a deliberate handball outside his penalty area. Now, what's the referee going to do here? It's Toledo's 29th birthday today. And he's booked. So, free kick which Guillen will take. Which cleared the crossbar.
It's across Yanez and stops him going through. He's got to run for goal once he gets through, and the referee doesn't even book it.
He is using his yellow card here for that rather crude challenge. And Monzon. Oof, high tackle. Really was a very...
He was over the top, Gary.
Rubio. Yanez again, he seems to be all right. Finds the side netting, though.
It's always a good time to come on when your team are playing well and they are in front. You can go out there and express yourself, and you can get involved in all the attacks.
There's Rubio with another Chilean attack. A little bit of space for him too. How about this? And Shilowit is saying, how on earth are you expecting me to study a little bit of football in England, along with Italy and France? He really has got this Chilean side working well, and here they come again. Este, Rubio waiting on the near post. Here is Rubio. It looks so easy, and then he makes a real mess of it.
I thought he should have got the volley now. It was just
to next week in the second round of the competition. Congratulated by everybody on the Chilean bench. Zamorano. Bassey. It's 4-0. Chile are through again. Vera had got the decisive touch, and the substitute has come on and scored the 4th goal. And to say Paraguay looked dispirited really is an understatement.
Yes, I think so, Gary. I think that it's just too much for them.
Zamorano, is this number 5? Pulls it back. Oh, how about that for a miss by Bassey?
The goalkeeper did very well on Zamorano.
Wheelchairs won possession, but Paraguay now not even beginning to contest. 1 or 2 of the tackles that they were doing early on, they know it's all over for them. They'll be going back home tomorrow. Yanez, Margas, Zamorano.
They must have got in 4 good positions around the goal to get the shot in. And because they know they're so well on top, they overdid it and lost their chance at the end.
Well, they're bound to be a little bit tired now. There was so much expectation placed around this Chilean side. And here's Yanez, just bundled off the ball at the last.
You're never tired when you win it.
Just a few seconds of normal time remaining as Este has it for Chile. Now with that rather weak shot was Vera, who scored Chile's 4th goal, and it ends Chile 4, Paraguay 0, and Chile are through. Don, your reaction?
Yeah, well, I mean, easily the best team. They started properly. They went at the Paraguayans. They built the 2-0 lead.
Colombians in the yellow shirts. The Chilean lineup there. So Patricio Yanez wearing the number 7 shirt and retaining it. Jorge Contreras, who played in the first 3 matches, he's on the bench. Valderrama stands on the centre circle, on the centre spot with the ball, who was sent off in the last match. He's got 2 of the 3 goals they've scored in these Copa América championships. Terrific buzz, Don Howe, in the atmosphere, partly because of the match.
We are seeing the best of South American football. Whatever we say about, the occasional sending off and the occasional skirmish on the pitch, in general, we are seeing the best of South American football. We're seeing a lot of goals and a lot of good, exciting incidents, like this one.
You did say occasional skirmishes. I think there were 52 in the first match, 52 free kicks.
Playing like
wow.
He's staying in his box, let's put it that way.
He wouldn't have him doing that at Wimbledon, would he, Don?
No, I don't think so.
Chile very much on the attack as you would have expected to begin with. They come forward again, and the first shot of the night rains in, and it's a foot wide of Higuita's right upright. It came in from Margas.
That right foot. He does wallop it.
Higuita pretty confident. The crowd will certainly be willing him on. Este. ball up this right-hand side again for Mendoza, and he's got the better of his marker, Mendoza. Eventually, the ball swept away by Osorio. The second shot of the night, and this time it's gone wide with Higuita's left-hand upright from his stay. For them, Argentina came and beat Chile by a 0-0. Santiago, and then Paraguay beaten 4-0 impressively. So they've been scoring goals, and look at this for a pass, and he just couldn't get the toe end on it that he needed. Couldn't Zamorano. All these Chilean players will be that bit more excited, won't they, playing in such a big match in front of their own fans.
Yes, but what they've got to do, Johnny, is keep doing the things they've done in the previous games. You know, the goals will come because they've always been out to score goals.
Well, Mendoza wins it for them here. Este tries a long-range effort. Past Ramirez. Here goes Yanez. Solid work by Pereira, the tall central defender, 6'2", and he's solid as well. Unfortunate break there for Uzuriaga, and he goes on like a sprinter into the penalty area. Good ball in, excellent save as well. Iguaran coming in, side-footed the shot. Toledo down in a flash. Then Valderrama, he is looking for the ball. His appetite seems to have improved as the championships have gone on. He's wanting the ball all right. Again, he comes inside Osorio. Still there. Oh, and he's not laid a bad ball in here too. Strike off the mark, obviously.
They know where each other is and they can cover each other.
On the other side of the coin, the Chilean coach, Arturo Salar, has definitely gone for a Colo-Colo influence. We'll just watch here as one of those men goes down inside the penalty area, wants the penalty, and it looks as though it's been given from the reaction of the Colombian players.
Well, once more, John, it's another one of those diagonal balls in the back of the defence, which we talked about early on.
And it's not going to be, because it's going to be Ivan Zamorano. Zamorano can make himself joint top scorer in Copa America alongside Argentina's Batistuta with this penalty.
Which side, John? Which side?
And a save by Higuita. He gets down and makes a terrific save. People have talked about this goalkeeper as being, well, some call him a clown, some call him eccentric. That was a very fine stop indeed, although Zamorano will be disappointed he didn't strike it better.
Well, he's tucked it in the corner. He's got his right hand down. No doubt about that.
Zamorano knew it. And here is Pizarro's shot, which is a follow-up, and Higuita, official from Uruguay, not afraid to give these free kicks to the visiting nation, Santiago. And it's in! Colombia take the lead, and a fine header as well. The defence was standing still, and the Colombian supporters so excited. It's the perfect response of Diaga. The ball laid towards Valderrama, and there's a real gap appeared here in Chile's defence, and Valderrama just about trod on the ball, which made him lose the momentum, but there was somebody missing there. And here at the other end, it's a chance for Chile, and it's gone wide of Higuita's upright.
He made a run. He got onto the left side of the, on the right side of the Chilean box, and instead of playing, he fiddled around again. And from the break, they've come forward. They've hit a lovely long ball to Yanez, and it could have been the equalising goal.
Talking of fiddling around, Valderrama's got it again, and it's enabled Pizarro to play Yanez towards the edge of the penalty area. He's in here, a good cross, and that would have led to trouble, but once more, Colombia just have enough men back to cope. But Yanez is obviously the one who's going to pose the problems. But again, it all stemmed from Valderrama hanging around a little bit too much. Look at this for pace down the right-hand side. Terrific stuff. Not a bad ball back either for Uzuriaga. Laid on here. Chance for Rincon. And it's gone wide of the right upright this time from Freddy Rincon.
And they don't know how to play when they get in front.
Colombia, who lead 1-0, have a free kick here, right on the 45-minute mark, and it's smacked in, and it was a good effort too. Handled competently by Toledo, but it was a good crack from Uzuriaga. And half-time it is here. That's where the penalty miss was so vital. Zamorano, if he'd scored there, it would have settled them down no end.
Well, they'd have been one up. And, I mean, they've got a better variety of attacking boys. I mean, they play long balls every now and again in the back of the defence. They play balls and play off Zamorano. They play 1-2s with little runs around the box. They've got a better variety of attacking in Colombia.
And they start the second half predictably moving down the right touchline.
You should say that, John, because there's two players out there for Chile who have really not been effective tonight. One is Rubio. I mean, in the earlier games we saw Rubio all the time. And also is Pizarro, the captain.
What a great ball. Sorry to interrupt, Don. That was a terrific ball and might well have produced a better finish from Uzuriaga. Moving down the left and coming into your picture now, Osorio. One of the stars of the first half, although it's been intercepted from him. And a little nudge by Yanez, and it opens a gap for him. His support in the middle. Chance is here. And it's just dribbled away from him. It's good work again by Yanez down the right.
Yeah, there's a ball played down the...
Colombia obviously an awkward side to play against. When you consider they've let in only 1 goal in 5 games. They've got something right. Long ball again towards Yanez, and once more acting as the sweeper. Higuita coming, timing is Uzuriaga. Good possession football, Alvarez. And at the moment, you can actually see Colombia getting a second goal. Valderrama plays it wide to his left. And Osorio's shot harmless.
They've always been, that's been one of the qualities of their play. I don't think it's productive, but they're very good at those little triangles in the middle of the pitch, playing little 1-2s off each other, moving the ball without one touch.
Now they do move more quickly. And it should just about be kept in by Uzuriaga, who lays it back first time. Here's a chance of a shot from Rincon. Poor shot. Rather woeful attempt to deny Zamorano from the penalty spot. And that was a really critical point in the match. If Chile had gone 1 up at that stage, you would have had to have fancied them. As it is, they're 1 down, but that's a lovely ball through, and that's a terrible tackle. Pereira, I think it was. Yellow card given. Maybe it was Escobar who was the first one. Much time for training, of course. They've not needed him between matches. So many games crammed into such a short space of time. And it's got through, but again Higuita proves his shot stopping worth. Getting down to the shot from Contreras.
He should save it though, John, because it's in his space. You know, the wall's protecting the opposite side of the goal.
Knocked in and out again. And the break could be on this time. Here's a dangerous ball for Uzuriaga, and this time it's Toledo's reactions at the other end which were brought in to focus.
But it's had no effect on the game at all, John. He's got to, in his own way, he's got to look at all the situations and think, what can I do there to try and get this equalising goal? Here comes a sub now.
Yeah, I think it was predictable. And there's a dangerous one as well. Although I think he might have handled that as he came swing-headed goal. But from a Chilean point of view, it was a bit of a disaster with the defence left absolutely flat-footed. And they've since been unable to impose themselves on the game at all. But they're in possession this time. Contreras, pursued by 2 yellow-shirted Colombians. They look for a different avenue to go, and this might just be it. Yanez, great chance to set things up here. Pereira knocks it out, straight back to Yanez. And the chance has gone away surely now. It certainly has this time. And that was a waste. Yanez had an excellent opportunity there. He played it straight into Pereira. And look at that again, but this might be it. It is. And it's that man, Zamorano, again.
Well, the pressure was on all the time. I mean, it was a super ball, first of all, to Yanez. He gets his cross in, he comes out, they get possession again, and in the end they get...
Venezuela. He played against Peru for the first time and has kept his place since, but he hasn't always looked comfortable. Chile come on the break. And this is the moment... still looked like Pizarro. We were told he was off. However, Here's the shot, wide of the mark. It's put them with their backs to the wall again here. Esta bundled away, but fairly so according to the referee. Alvarez comes out for Colombia. Now Uzuriaga did well there, laid it inside for Rincon. Danger to the Chilean defence here. This is Cabrera, hammers the shot in, and the goalkeeper smothering it at the second attempt. Toledo. Chile's throw-in from Esta it goes. Vieira through the middle. Chances now. Zamorano had to be careful not to go offside then, and Valderrama is the one who's got back. Credit him with that. He has worked hard tonight. Oh, and here's a good turn as well by Rincon. Uzuriaga's going down the middle, and that was an important little nick off the head of Vilches.
Well, he beat Marcus quite easily. As Marcus come flying in, he dragged it back with the sole of his boot, but unluckily he pulled it over the line.
It looks as though we're heading for a 1-1 draw. Indeed we are. The referee signals the end of the game, and I think Chile will be disappointed with that. 1-1.
I think so, John. Obviously, I mean, there's 2 more matches to go, and in this group business and league business, you know, anything can happen. But they've got a goal. At least they've got one.
The referee this evening will be Ernesto Felipe from Uruguay, and we've noted that an official complaint has been made by Brazil about the official who was in charge of their game with Argentina the other evening when there were 5 players sent off. There's Alfio Basile, the Argentine coach, who seems to have done a pretty good job and seems to smoke as many cigarettes as Menotti did.
Yeah, but he has done a good job, John. I don't think that they're not as cynical as what they used to be. Obviously, they play well and they're tough, but they've got a better way of expressing themselves these days.
So in pouring rain, Chile and Argentina kick off. Chile red shirts and blue shorts. Argentina in the blue and white stripes, and you can see it splashing around.
Well, that's going to be the big problem, John. It's going to hold the passes up, and a lot of balls are going to have to be played simple and forward. The draw would give them an outside chance. It would depend on the 3rd game. And this is their best chance. I mean, Caniggia is so important to Argentina's goal-making.
Argentina have scored a lot of goals from corners, and again, I think it was that man Franco who got up there. He does.
It's like you say, they must spend a long time working at their corners, and they get Franco on the end of a lot of the corners. They get Ruggeri on the end of a lot of the corners. So as long as they pick those 2 up, I think they've got a chance of not giving them a goal away at a corner.
What a great ball that was from Mohamed towards Medina Bejo. It just held up, but they are squelching around like this because that leather must be weighing a ton already.
Well, I've got to say this, the modern ball, because of the... Go about 15, you can go about 15 yards. Your backside.
There's the ball in from Yanez, chased by Zamorano, keeps it in play. Whips it back into the penalty area. Out it was by Estrada. Espinosa was tussling for it, and in the shot comes. I nearly said raining in. I think that would be an appropriate one tonight. Gathering in Toledo's goal. Here it comes. Easily dealt with, though.
It was a poor kick, John. Never really got over the first player.
That's one that found the mark, which might not have done, and Franco's through ball, chased by Rodriguez, but the whistle had sounded. He was offside. The idea was good, the execution not quite. Over the years, people have profited, going right back to the John Charleses and the Jimmy Greaves, the Joe Hitchens and the Joe Bakers in England.
Well, he has become the best goal-scoring midfield player in this country.
Here we look now at one of those Argentine midfield players who's making a good run forward. That was Medina Bejo, and the goalkeeper, he's lost it. It squirted from his grasp, and that's exactly the sort of drama we're going to witness here this evening. Probably beating the old enemy, who they've never beaten in the Copa.
John, it becomes a game of chance, really. I mean, that's the way it's going to be.
It certainly is. Batistuta. Cross ball, defender slips and slithers, it puts him out of the game for the moment. Basualdo onto it. Oh, appeals for handball. And I think the referee, in fairness, thought that it was played against Margas's left hand. Still Argentina camping themselves around Chile's penalty area.
Arturo Sala, the coach, he lets him, obviously I think he's getting on in years. He lets him play for about an hour. It's just over the hour, and then he subs him.
What a great ball in from Yanez. Zamorano looking to get there. Kept at bay by Sergio Vasquez, the Ferrocarril defender.
You see, it could be that a goal will come through a defender losing his balance or making a mistake on the ball. That's why it's worth getting the ball into the box.
Indeed, or even a goalkeeper fumbling.
Yes, a follow-up on a goalkeeper, coming back off a goalkeeper.
Chances here, he's onside, Batistuta, great opportunity for Batistuta, he got the ball tangled in his legs, and down goes Toledo to make the save.
Previous games, but tonight they want to hold just outside the box. They're trying to kind of 20 yards out, 25 yards out, they're trying to hold and not back into the box.
Yanez for Chile, waits for the support, decides instead to play it across the edge of the area. Here's a shot coming in for Chile, off the crossbar, so unlucky. It's Este, Fabian Este with the right foot clipping.
Next time it might dip under the crossbar.
It will have encouraged Chile and they come once more. One thing's for sure, you can't play in tight little areas. Well, that's a good ball laid forward by Rodriguez for Batistuta, and an important tackle as well by Garrido. They'll be able to crack it more than about 5 or 6 feet at the moment. The ball, remember, getting heavier and heavier, and a free kick for Chile. Vasquez.
Say this, the defender did move across his path.
One back and then lost again. Oh, well played by Zamorano, holding Ruggeri off. But, Franco is back. Takes it away. Then plays the long ball up for Medina Bejo, and Margas got that altogether wrong, and Medina Bejo has got past him. Here's a great chance if he cuts it back well this time, and here's it. Oh, Batistuta directs his header straight back into the welcoming hands of Toledo. And that's the best chance we've had in the game. Never beaten Argentina in the Copa America. It's a dreadful legacy for them, really. Got down and scrambled that one again, but 10 minutes to go in this first half and all the action. And what a good ball it was played by Zamorano.
Well, we'll get down that right side with Yanez.
Espinosa, corner for Chile, away from Ruggeri, knocked back in from Pizarro. Ball holds up again, and now the chance is on. Simeone has made a dash forward. Medina Bejo, it was going through the middle. Dived in. And it's going to be the first yellow card. It's a red card, is it? It looks like a red card straight away because of an elbow here. And Chile are going to be reduced to 10 men. Well, we haven't had a yellow card shown in the match, let alone a red. But here, before half-time, we have drama. Let's have a look. Down went the Argentine player.
Well, the referee said it was an elbow in the face. It seemed to me as though the Argentinian player was going past the Chilean player. And obviously, when they're both on the pitch, they're getting each other's way. Now, I think, obviously, because Yanez is off the pitch, Rubio will make those runs. And I hope he's as effective as Yanez been. Now, the other way, I mean, Batistuta, he's a bright young boy. And he's having a good tournament. And he's quite likely to get a goal at any time, John.
I think so, even though he's not shown. He's the sort of player who you can miss him for 20-odd minutes, and then all of a sudden he does something by Ruggeri. The high balls in have generally been dealt with admirably by the Argentine captain. And here's danger straight away at the other end as they find Batistuta, who want to take on Vilches. He'll hit the shot in, and down goes Toledo to make another. That's not the mistake that lets Argentina in. I think not now. Good diving header out, and what's more, it's found Pizarro up there. And the Chilean captain, now the conditions are getting worse again. But that's because of the second deluge here. This is a strong and bold and determined run forward by Ramirez. His foot went up a little.
He went over the top on the end of it, John. He knocked the ball too far forward to him. He knocked it into the Argentinian defender. The Argentinian defender to get the ball away, and he went over the top.
And I think it's a yellow card.
It wasn't hard, but it was over the top. Watch.
Sort of makes you cringe. They've not lost, mind you, since that World Cup final defeat by West Germany in Rome 12 months ago. So Alfio Basuet's got a great record. 12 matches they've played, unbeaten. You can't argue with that. And they were so down after losing that match in Rome. Here's a shot coming in. Oof! And the goalkeeper Toledo almost booted it behind his own line.
Yeah, they were both just sliding into each other, really. Like you said, the foul could have gone each way.
They managed to find Rubio. Having a much better second half, gets the cross in. Again, Ruggeri there. It comes out, Pizarro cracks it in. Goycochea falls on it. Well, the chance has gone.
Now that was better. Now the cross came in. So what they do, they're aiming for Zamorano, really, because they know he's best in the air. So that what they're doing, they're aiming for him. What he should be doing, he's spinning away up the sides.
Straight up in the air from the head of Simeone. Chile trying to make progress down the right, and now they have got a bit of width. Contreras cutting it back inside. Here's the chance. He could well have been offside, I fancied, but not sure whether the whistle went or not.
The team that are defending and sitting back might be the team that break away and get that goal.
Margas hits it forward. It went straight to Simeone, and this looks a bit of... oh, that's a good interception. It looked dangerous for a moment. However, Argentina still try and make it dangerous. Is this the moment? He's blasted it wide. Rodriguez with a good opportunity there, and that would have sealed it.
Yes.
All ifs and buts this game.
He had time to really measure where the goal was and pick his spot in the goal.
Oh, what about that for a clearance? Vilches, he stripped up and then did a cartwheel as he attempted to take the goal kick. I think there'll be a few heart attacks in this stadium if Chile score now. They've got 4 or 5 players up inside the penalty area. It's cut in and flicked behind. And the Argentine defender there, I think, was claiming that the ball... Nasty, greasy ball at this stage. Anything can happen if Contreras takes it well. It's not got as far as they would have liked. Pizarro picks it up. Looks to play it straight back into the middle, which it does. It could yet bounce. There's the shot! And a fantastic stop from Goycochea to Garrido's shot. That really was an astonishing reaction saved by Sergio Goycochea. He proved himself a shot stopper in the World Cup finals last year. Look at this, Garrido stretched everything to stop that.
When the cross comes in, Pizarro gets a good cross in, John, and they've got a lot of bodies in the box, Argentina. And they get on the end of the knockdown, but he makes a match-winning save there, does Goycochea.
Oh, now the break is on at the other end. Medina Bejo, is this going in? It's a foot wide. Well, Medina Bejo had the chance at the other end to clinch it for Argentina. No goals, but a lot of drama here in the closing stages of the game in Santiago. And Margas hoofs it up the field. Good control. And a good ball as well played by Zamorano. Rubio now. It's going on the outside of the defender. Cuts it back in. The punch out from Goycochea.
You fancy Chile to get down this right wing and get a cross in that they'll get on the end of and get a goal.
But it might come from a ball that's half sort of cleared. Anything might happen. Is this to be the moment? They're all queuing up for it. You feel as though there are too many Argentine bodies around again. He might take it as well. Here it comes in. Well, it was a good try. Got plenty of sting in the shot.
They've got to screen the box. We call it screen the box with players.
Here it comes. And Goycochea punches it. It was a bit too close to him. Another opportunity. And this is a tricky one. And Goycochea flicks it over the crossbar. The whistle had sounded in any event. Puffing away on the cigarettes, but a relatively happy man, I imagine. It looks as though Argentina are going to move on to 3 points, Chile on to 2. So Argentina again look to get Medina Beju through the middle. They're inside that last minute. Here's a chance inside the area, tussling for it. They've managed not to bring him down. That was the grave danger there for Argentina. A penalty at that stage. What drama. Many spectators would have been unable to stand it, I think. But it's going to be a 0-0 draw here in Santiago in the National Stadium between Chile and Argentina. A quick comment, Don.
Well, I think Chile were very unlucky. I mean, they went down to 10 men, which really looked a
star
very
of the
poor decision by
1982 World Cup finals, had a splendid career in Italy with Roma as well, and Brazil have won just 4 of their last 14 internationals with him in charge. There's Arturo Salah, the coach of Chile, who studied football in England, Italy and France. It really promises to be an afternoon of great expectation. Both have to win this game, remember, and then hope that in game 2 here in this stadium, Argentina slip up. So it's Chile in the red jerseys playing from left to right in the first half to get this game underway. Rubio and Zamorano inside the centre circle, and Chile, who've never won the Copa America, put their reputation on the line against the history and tradition of the Brazilians. 15 is Mendoza. Zamorano, the target man again. Contreras dragged it to the dead ball line, looking for Zamorano. Only half clear. Contreras whacks it back in again. Mendoza, Este drives it low, and Taffarel will take it. And the first real chance of the game. Asking the referee, Juan Oscar Artube, if the ball is the correct pressure. Corner then taken by Branco. Oh, a free header and a goal for Brazil! They've taken the lead, and it's Mazzino who's given them a priceless advantage as they try win the Copa America. Falcao up out of his dugout, but nobody picked out Mazzino as Branco drove that corner in. Here's Mendoza. 20 is Este. Mendoza again went for the return down this right-hand side, did well to keep the ball alive. Oh, a real opportunity, Zamorano! Struck the backside of Marcio Santos.
Playing their 7th game in this tournament, and that's a very physically demanding exercise.
Especially in the space of 15 days. Here come Mazzino again for Brazil. Oh, just pulled it too wide. And just for a moment there, Chile were dreadfully exposed, and Mazzino, who's already scored a goal after 8 minutes, scored by Mazzino, who wears the number 20 shirt, after 8 minutes of the game as he headed home Branco's corner. Mendoza, whose influence on this game is growing by the minute. Hooked back by Rubio. Zamorano!
There's the invention, Gary. Clever play. Lovely, deft little ball into the edge of the box there. A turn.
Is Ramirez. Este. Rubio again. Margas! Oh, that was a splendid shot, which Taffarel did well to pour out.
He certainly played for that free kick, Gary, but he got it, and they've swept it wide to the right very quickly.
Luis Enrique. Good run by Cafu. Nice centre. Oh, brilliant save by Toledo. By only a fingertip to deny Mazzino his 2nd goal of the game. That was an outstanding stop. can't believe that one hasn't gone in. So, here come Brazil again. Toledo with a two-fisted punch to relieve the pressure. And Branco picks up for Brazil. They play the offside top. Renato is onside, and he's surely scored. Well, he looks round. There was a very late flag by the linesman. And the referee looked at the linesman looked at the referee, and eventually the linesman put up his flag.
Brazil have been very unlucky there, there's no question there. The player that is offside is not the player on the ball.
Brazil lead by a goal to nil, but really it could be 3-0. Mazzino saw Toledo bring off an excellent save. Here's Renato again. That one just coming off the shin of Eduardo Vilches, the Colo-Colo player.
Yes, where he's done well is he's made these deft little runs. He's faced up to the play very well. I mean, I feel Chile have done quite well this half, but of course the cynics would say that they haven't got the power to go with the subtlety and the cleverness. Here they are again, that's Zamorano again.
He's down, Garrido pulls it back. Oh, that was an important interception by Ricardo Roca, the captain of Brazil. And just before half-time, we're inside the final minute of the first half. Rubio shielding the ball this time. Este. Good run by Malgas, the fullback here. Rubio and Zamorano waiting in the middle. Headed by Este, that's only half cleared. Contreras, he might get there. All hands to the pump inside the Brazilian penalty area. That shot by Malgas outside the penalty area that's really troubled Tafarel. Here they have another corner. Zamorano! A lot of pressure.
Fine header. Really twisted his neck there. More space they just may leave at the back. I think Chile are good enough to get a goal, but I think in working and getting bodies forward to get a goal, they might concede. I will go for a final score of 2-1 Brazil.
Your card has well and truly been marked. So a midfield player has come off, Fabian Este, and a striker has come on, Ivo Basse. Chile have given warning of their intentions. It's to attack for the next 45 minutes. He's not started the last 3 matches. We'll have to see whether that's the right decision. Oh, an opportunity on the back post for the substitute Basse, who could have headed Chile level with his first real touch of the game. On the far side. Can't believe that decision, you know. Here come Chile again. Lovely turn. And it's Rubio. Run 40 yards with the ball and then gave it away with a 4-yard pass.
Yeah, he's a real thrusting player, isn't he? Another one, a strong runner.
Contreras. Great little turn by Rubio. Tafarel saw that all the way.
The game's getting stretched a little bit now, Gary. The old cliche, end-to-end. That happens when there's a lot of space between the two back lines.
That's a splendid ball through it. Luis Enrique, they appeal for the penalty. Renato tries to force it in. Enrique again. Oh, Toledo saves with his thighs. Running directly into their eyes from behind the stand in which we're watching this game. This one floated up, it's got it again! And for the second time, Brazil have pinched a goal from a corner. And this time, Luis Enrique makes it Brazil 2, Chile 0. And surely that now is the end of Chile's chances of winning the Libertadores Cup. Well, you said Brazil 2, Chile 1, the final score, David?
Yes, but you just have to wait for the last 15 minutes for the Chile goal.
And we almost got another Brazilian goal there.
Organised, you'll concede goals, and if you're not well disciplined, you'll concede goals. And I have to say, on a lot of the free kicks where they've gone purely for power from 30, 40 yards, there's been a lack of imagination in the kicks. I have to say that they can learn a lot from English and European football in terms of organisation.
There's an opportunity, Basse, then it came off the head of Ricardo Roca and through to his goalkeeper. is an opening. Rubio denied by Taffarel. The footballing nation. A reversal like that just isn't accepted lightly. And here, Chile are exposed again. Luis Enrique one-on-one with Toledo. Very commanding position, and it's not an easy job to do, to come to a stadium like this in Santiago with all the fans so partisan in Chile's favour. Score a couple of goals, just take the sting out of the atmosphere. And a sending off. And it looks like a second bookable offence for Branco. Booked earlier on in the game. There was an off-the-ball incident.
Sets the game up, really, for the last few minutes where we can expect Chile to really batter the Brazilian defence. Here it is.
Rubio, great chance, and spurned by Contreras. Contreras thought an age about taking the dive. Mendoza, he's been quiet in the second half. Swips it wide to Contreras now. Openings here for Chile. They're screaming for the ball. They still haven't got their equaliser. Basse's shot is blocked. Contreras. Oh, they were queuing up there to have a crack on goal. Margas. Now, chips it in with his right foot, drives it in. Contreras again, it just won't go in. Zamorano. Well, that was a real joke at times, how they didn't force this one over the second half. They scored their second through Luis Enrique with that corner. Before Branco's sending off. Here they come through again. Chile dreadfully exposed, and Toledo saved Chile once again. It was Cafu who broke down the inside left channel onto his right foot and denied by the knee of Toledo. Here's Basse. Oh, Taffarel denied the flying Zamorano. Rubio with Zamorano waiting in the back of the net. It just won't go in for Chile games. They found when it came to the two second phase matches against Colombia and Argentina, they were unable to win, drawing both the games, and in the final game against Brazil, they trailed by 2-0, and it's all over now. That's the last action of the game. And Falcao can smile, but his team have to wait now. They've beaten Chile by 2-0 after being reduced to 10 men midway through the second half with the sending off of Branco. And now they can only pray that Colombia can deny Argentina the Copa América of 1991. The 1989 winners, Brazil, have come through in difficult circumstances. Mazzino giving them the lead after 8 minutes from the corner. A similar story 10 minutes into the second half. Luis Enrique heading this one home. And after Branco was sent off, they withheld the Chilean attack. And the final score from Santiago.